Rakić's pissed off and he's speaking up. Attaboy. Good job, Rakić. The squeaky wheel gets the grease. Don't get passed over by anybody. And you don't always have to get in there and do the fist fighting. The best general never fires a shot. Align your troops, back the other side down, and move up in the rankings. Rakić might be one of the few guys who understands in this sport that all of the contenders who are not signed to matches against each other are fighting. They're just fighting through the media. They're fighting through social media. They're fighting for headlines. They're fighting for street cred. They're fighting for rankings. They're fighting for perception. But they're in a fight every day. Every single day you are fighting in this business, or you don't understand that it's just that it is a business. And once things get signed and once you get locked in, you got to take care of whatever's in front of you so you can use that platform and go back to fighting. Rakić is standing up for himself. Rakić is saying, how are you saying Prohaska is the number one contender and he's going to be fighting Glover? How are you getting to that conclusion when I was just offered a number one contenders fight with him 4 days ago? How do we have quietly a number one contenders agreement between us? All of a sudden, I'm the odd man out and he gets to go and fight for the strap over the newly crowned champion. How are you getting that math done? I'm open to hear the idea. Rakić has my attention. Wouldn't you guys like to know? Rakić is bringing up a very fair point. I was just offered a number one contenders fight. I said yes. He refused it. He who refused your offer gets the call, and I'm over here standing on third base wearing a catcher's mitt? How does that work? That's a fair question. If we have all of the details, if in fact that is what happened, the way that it was disclosed to us, and that is accurate, I would also like to know how the guy that said no got the nod. Guys say no all the time. They just don't get the nod, right? It's no different. I mean, playground rules still apply to the pros. Two guys agree to meet outside at 3 o'clock. One guy shows up and one guy gets on the bus and goes home. You know how that's going to be at school the next day. Best general never fired a shot. No problem. Law of life. If in fact that did happen and Rakić said yes while Prohaska said no, I'm with Rakić. I'd like to know how we got here. Now, I want Igor Prohaska to fight for the championship. I think backup fighter means something. I appreciated that Igor flew out to Fight Island. I appreciate that he was licensed. I appreciated that he was on weight. I appreciated that he trained. I appreciated that he sat in the crowd. I appreciate that he got Glover's attention. I appreciate that he went backstage and got his name out there. I think he should get something for it. I was not armed with the information that he, behind the scenes, Prohaska, turned down a fight with Rakić. I now have new information, and I'm interested. That's all I'm claiming. All I am claiming for you right now is that I am interested in what Rakić has to say, and I'm proud of Rakić for saying it. I'm proud of him for speaking up on his behalf. I'm proud of him for understanding this is a fight that has more to do with punches and kicks. It also has to do with headlines. It has to do with respect. It has to do with rankings and making sure that they're appropriate. And if one guy said yes and one guy says no, that's a relevant clue. I can't prove for you guys that all of those things happened. I can maintain for you guys that Rakić, who's never lied to us before, is making one hell of a claim right now. And if his claim is in fact true, how he got skipped over to go to Prohaska, I think would be of interest. I would like to hear that. And is it simple enough as being the backup fighter? I'll live with that answer. I know that we fiercely adhere to the rules that we make up on the spot, but if becoming the backup fighter and actually going and following through on that process makes you, by default, the number one contender for what's next, I would love that. I think we need to value that differently. I think we need to look at it differently. I think we need to market it differently, but that's tomorrow's fight. If that's what we're being told here, and to hell with the contract that you were offered 4 days ago and apparently refused, that would be a new wrinkle. I would like to learn it. But Rakić is still the one that's brought it to our attention. Rakić has done this right. I don't want Rakić to stop. If Rakić has information that we don't know, continue to bring it forward, because we're never the bad people to argue with, right, guys? If you argue with somebody who refuses to change their mind, we will always change our mind if you bring us information we had not yet considered. So Rakić, put your cards on the table.